The question is longest continuous subarray with absolute difference less than or equal to limit. Given an array of integers nums and an integer limit, return the size of the longest continuous subarray such that the absolute difference between any two elements is less than or equal to the limit. In case there is no subarray satisfying the condition, return 0. So we are basically required to tell that the maximum size of the subarray such that all the elements uh, have absolute difference within the range of limit. The limit value is given to us in the function. So if we see this if we see this sample input, then in this, let me show you. In this we can see that if we start from 8 and then if we consider 2, so the limit is given to us as 4, so the absolute difference would be 6. So this goes out of range. So till now we have maximum length as 1. Fine. So let me clear this. And then now we start from 2 and go further. So then we consider 4 in the subarray range. So the absolute difference between these two elements will be 2. So then I further include 7 in the range, but then I see that 4 and 7 have an absolute difference of 3 which is within the limits, but the difference of 2 and 7 come out to be 5 which is beyond the limit. So in this we see that the maximum length of the subarray that can be considered is 2, and the output that we return is also 2. So if we see other solution, other um, value sample inputs, then we check out that for this input, if we see that if we include 10 and then 1, the limit that is given to us is 5. So these cannot be included within the same subarray. So I remove 10 from the array that I'm considering. Then I'll consider 2. So the difference will be absolute difference will be 1 which is within the limit. Then I take 4, so the difference between 2 and 4 is also 2, so that is within the limit. Then 1 and 4 is also within the limits. So we have to check that no such pair exists, like not just the adjacent one but any other pair that exists within the subarray has to be within the limits. Then if we add 7 in the array that we are considering, sorry, so we see that 4 and 7 lie within the limit, then 2 and 7 also lie within the limit because the difference is 5. But then we see 1 and 7, then the value goes out of limit, and so we have to reduce the scope beyond, up to which we were seeing. So uh, till now we have maximum window size as 3, and then when we start considering the value 7, then we are looking from here and then we extend the window size, so 2 is considered and all the elements are within the limit 5. So the size is 4, so we return 4. Similarly in this case the limit is 0, so only these same values, like same values means 2 2 2 can be considered, 4 4 can be considered, again 2 2 considered. So the maximum window size we can see here is of this window. So 3 is returned, it has size 3, so 3 is returned. So how do we do it? From the first explanation we can see that here the explanator has added considered 2, then added has considered 8, then added 2, then again 4, then 7. So we see, and then he's cleared out the vector. He started from the first index, considered all values beyond it, then started from 4 and considered every element beyond it. So this would be an order of n square solution. And if we look at the constraints, here the nums dot length is less than or equal to 10 to the power 4. So we have to think of a solution that will work in n log n time, because else we'll get a time limit exceed if we do a order of n square solution. So the critical thing of solving this question will be considering the minimum and the maximum value of a specific window. Like the window that we are considering, basically the subarray that we are considering has the minimum and the maximum value of the subarray needs to be within the limit range. The difference has to be within the limit range. So how do we do it? We'll do it using a DQ solution, DQ data structure. If you guys have little idea about it, then you'll be able to understand it easily. So these are the sample inputs that we have already discussed. So we'll make two DQs. One is a minimum DQ and the other is a maximum DQ. What is the minimum DQ doing? That the first element of the minimum DQ will have the smallest element, smallest index, smallest valued index. I mean to say that we are storing indexes in it. Indexes are being stored and we can get the corresponding value by using nums of index. So first of all, let's dry run it. So I insert the 0th index in both the maximum and minimum DQ. Okay, so 0 and 0 are inserted. Then we encounter 1, the index 1. At index 1 we have value 2. So we check if the value at minimum DQ, the first index, is greater than what we are trying to insert. Like 2 is less than 8. So we'll pop this value, pop the front, and we'll insert 1. And also in this case, in case of maximum DQ, we'll add the element, we'll continue to pop the back of the DQ until we have pushed off all the elements that are smaller than the present element. So we have just 8, like let's consider the values first. We'll go by the indexes later. I have inserted 8 and I have inserted 8 here. Then I'll be encountering 2, so I'll check if 2 is smaller than 8, so it is. So I'll remove this value and then add here 2. And also in the maximum DQ, we'll have the maximum element at the first, and in the minimum, we'll have the smallest element at the first. So here we simply push the element at the back of the array, DQ. So now we compare the front values of both the DQs, and if this limit is if this value difference is greater than k, so we'll reduce the window size that we are looking at. So because these two elements cannot exist in the array simultaneously, these two elements cannot exist simultaneously because the difference is greater than 4. So we'll start looking from here and we'll pop this element now. I'll erase it. So I've erased it. Now I'll go to the second index. Then I will since I've told you that the value at the front of the minimum DQ will be the smallest encountered in the subarray. So 4 is greater, so 4 will be simply inserted into it. Now we see that we compare 2 and 4. So 4 is greater, so we remove this and 4 is added. Now we check the front values of both the DQs. The difference is within the range, so we do not do anything. We can calculate the array, the sub array size. Here it will be 2. Then I'll insert 7. On inserting 7, it will simply go at the back because the minimum element has to be maintained in the front. And then for the maximum DQ, since the highest element, that is 7, has to be in front, so we'll compare 7 with 4. So 7 is greater, 4 is popped, and 7 is added. Now 2 and 4 are compared, the difference is compared, so the difference comes out to be 5, which is greater than 4. So this value is popped off. We'll see how we decide which value has to be popped off in the code. I'll take another example here. This is the example. So in this, I'll initially add 10 in both the max and min DQ. Then I encounter a 1. So since the minimum value has to be at the front in the minimum DQ, I'll remove 10. I'll add 1. And in case of a maximum DQ, the maximum value has to be in front. And so I'll simply add it at the back of the DQ. Now we'll compare the first elements. So we see that after adding, we are comparing the front values. Okay, so we compare the front values, 10 and 1 are compared. So their difference is greater than 5, so we will pop the element. So we are seeing that since 10 occurred first in the array, so the element being popped is 10. So we'll pop out, I'll remove this from here. So the element left here is 1, and the window now being considered is starting from here. Now we have element 2. Since the element is smaller, is greater, so we add 2 at the back. And since here 2 is greater than 1, so I am removing it and adding this. So the front values are 1 and 2. The difference of these two values is less than 5, so we continue to iterate. And now we add 4 because it is greater than 2, so we simply push it in the minimum queue. And since 2 is less than 4, so I pop this value and enter 4 here. Now the front are compared. This is the front, these two are the front, 1 and 4. The difference is compared, the difference comes out to be 3, so which is less than 5. So I simply extend the size of the window, and now 7 is added. So here we are seeing that if the value till the time the value is greater than the last value, in case of a minimum DQ, we are just simply adding it to the DQ. And in case of a maximum DQ, if we'll pop the elements from the back till the time we have the greatest element, we do not have the greatest element in front. So now 4 is smaller than 7, so 4 is popped and 7 is added. Now let me clear this. So simply now we will compare 1 and 7. So the difference is 6. So this 6 is greater than 5. So and now like I said, the smaller index has to be popped off, so 1 is popped off in this case. And so here I pop off 1 from the minimum DQ. And then we can see that 2 and 7 belong to the same range. Like 7 minus 2 will give us 5, so they can be included in the same subarray. Then I again increase the window size and add 2. So in this case, since 7 is greater than 2, I'll pop this off. Then 4 is again greater than 2, then I'll pop it off. And here it is 2, so we can either pop it off or just simply add 2. And in this case, we'll simply add it to the back of the array because we have the greatest array in the start, greatest element at the start. Then we compare 2 and 7, the value is within the range of k. So So we have finally iterated over the array, and we have completed the iteration, and we get the maximum window size as 4 in this case. So I'll help you through the code as well. So we'll make two DQs, one minimum Q and one maximum DQ, and then I'll have a start pointer and the end pointer. The end pointer will iterate to the end, and the start pointer will tell the where the subarray begins. And the max is the maximum length we have encountered till now. So end is less than nums dot size. Then I'll be doing is, like I told you in this example, when we were inserting 2 in the minimum DQ, we will pop off all elements which are greater than the present element. Like we were about to insert 2, so since 7 was greater than 2, we popped off. Then 4 was greater than 2, we popped it off. Then 2 was greater than equal to the value, so we again pop it off. So this can also be popped off. Then 2 and 7 will be compared. So what I'm doing is I'm basically inserting the indexes, not the values. To make you understand, I used the values because it was easier to explain that way. So what I'm doing is nums of end. The current value is less than or equal to the value that is at the back of the minimum queue. Till that time, we will pop one element at a time until either the minimum DQ is empty, or we encounter an element which is smaller. So this way we have removed 2, 4 and 7 in this case. And now for the maximum DQ we do the same. Since we have to keep the maximum element at the start, maximum element has to be the front of the array of the DQ. We pop the elements until the largest element is at the front, and then we push the present element at the back. We push the indexes only. So now we compare if what after every step we were doing, like the front element has to be compared, the front element of both the DQs were compared. So what I am doing is nums of max DQ ka front minus nums of minimum DQ ka front. The values are being compared is greater than limit. If this value is greater than the limit, then we were reducing the window size. Reducing the window size. Fine. So and then I told you the element that occurs first, like in case 10 was occurring first, so we just simply increase this start pointer, and if the start pointer becomes greater than minimum q dot front, then the value at the minimum q has to be popped off, and if it is so for the maximum DQ, then the maximum DQ element was popped. Else if this value is less than or equal to the limit, then we calculate the window size, and we increase the pointer at which we are pointing. So this way we return the maximum element, and this code I will help you solve this problem, and I hope you guys have understood it. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.